Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation, folks, for a third round matchup here in the 32 Rye tournament to see who will move on to the Final Four. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, and I am joined this evening by my indomitable partners, the one, the only,
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. Find me on the TikTok, Tony the Rod 2.0.
And we are also joined all the way across the Missouri River, all the way in Iowa himself, the one, the only,
Chicken, your Big Buckin' Emperor from Big Buckin' Empire. I am excited. We finally get some good ryes to match up. Yeah, I love the finals. This is great.
Excellent, excellent, folks. We are going to find out which one moves on to the Final Four, and it is a matchup between Michter's Single Barrel Rye and Rabbit Hole Rye, folks. Now, this is, I'm going to be honest with you, a match I have not been looking forward to.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also dreading it because these are just two absolutely stellar ryes, and only one can move forward, so it is very heartbreaking.
Yes, this
But
is a there can be only one Highlander moment.
I have a conundrum here. Yes, there can be only one, and only one of these will move forward, and whichever one does, I like their chances. But again, I have a conundrum here, gents. I knew my Michter's was running dangerously low, except this is the bottle that introduced us to Michter's. This was the OG bottle. Do I use that, or do I crack a new for this review? Because I will be cracking a new for the Rabbit Hole.
See, I got my original Rabbit Hole bottle that introduced us to Rabbit Hole. So,
Okay.
And there's not much left in this bad boy.
I think you guys kind of have to finish or go from your two-finger bottles. I think it's only fair because those are the OGs that got us into some really amazing brands, folks. Like, full disclosure, Rabbit Hole Distillery is the first distillery to actually reach out to us and actually put a comment in, hey, thanks for the kind words. That was the extent of their reaching out. But for me, I'm like, fuck yes, yeah, I'll take it. And so that was really neat. And Michter's is one, I'm going to be honest, its bourbons didn't really blow me away, but its rye it redefined what a rye can do. So
yeah, the bourbon is a little pedestrian, and it's unfortunate. It's a little boring. It's a little light. But the rye is just, it was like if rye were scotch. That's how we reacted to it.
That's a good way of putting it. Like,
it's new Rabbit Hole, light but not bad at all.
Gorgeous. I like I've been saying, guys, I have and have not been looking forward to this matchup. Because
it's very, very disheartening because only one can go forward.
And yeah, there's going to be heartbreak and hurt feelings no matter what happens, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Tony's a bit of a partisan for Michter's.
I am.
Chicken's a bit of a partisan for Rabbit Hole. And that leaves me in a real shit pickle of a position now, don't it, folks? Because I might be the swing state here, and while I usually like being in that position, this is one that's going to be hard. But we're going to see, before the swing state casts its vote, we're going to see if the hard Michter state and the hard Rabbit Hole state can possibly be swung through this amazing campaign to see who goes to the Final Four, folks. Can you believe it? We have started at 32 and now we are getting down there, folks. So
I never thought this was going to ever get to this point. I
didn't think it was ever going to end.
Yes. Oh, don't give Chicken any ideas. Let's make it a 64.
Like, it's still going, guys.
No,
stop it. It's still going. We're still drinking rye.
All right. Because you see,
we had to drink some really bad ones too.
You see, most folks just enjoy Rye Whiskeys and give you reviews, but no, not here. We match them up brutally in tournament form, and that's what we do here.
Suffered through
suffering,
so
and
we
just
can
hand-to-hand combat. Like
so we can give you
this
data
along the way.
I mean, yes, folks, this is like leading people into battle. Not all these ryes are going to be here at the end. And we are getting down to the nitty gritty, folks. Now, gentlemen, start your engines.
All right.
So take up first rabbit hole to your nose.
So clean, so
Sweet,
crisp.
subtle.
Very sweet.
It just
Almost gives
like
you
this-
the hint of like a
this-
cleaner. Like
I was
or
just
like,
gonna say this reminds me of like a clean, like you walk into a room that's just been freshly cleaned.
remember, this is gonna be a very specific memory. Remember when we were in college and I used to buy this really awful incense, but it kind of made the house smell like a cleaner. Like and so that's kind of what that's reminding me of. Now, before we take a sip,
No,
gentlemen,
it's beautiful. It's a great
let's
nose.
bring up Michter's.
Oh, so chocolatey, cocoa-y.
Chocolate, definitely.
Oh god, like this was like that. This was the first introduction we had. This bottle and this, like this, knocked us on our ass just
Now,
smelling.
I'm
it. We're
curious
like,
if this is
whoa, what
this
is
is
that?
gonna
It is a
be
great
a-
nose.
I wonder if this is a variant in barrels or if you guys are picking up the same thing. The chocolate I'm getting, this is gonna sound so specific, but okay. Remember when Hershey's came out with those white chocolate bars with the
Oh,
little
yeah.
bits of like Oreo thing in them?
Yep.
Like this smells like that kind of white chocolate, and I also get a little bit of wax, like wax paper.
Nailed
just-
it. Oh my god,
It's like
you nailed it.
Are you thinking like the cookies and cream Hershey's?
Yes, exactly
Yeah.
those. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So
What
all right.
what is your barrel number on the Michter's? Chicken and I have 20D763.
I have 20J2437. So definitively different batches and bought in different years. So they are not
But
going
still,
to be.
the smell is very similar.
Very
I'm
close.
assuming.
Yeah, the fact that they were able to get that much similarity from a single barrel is actually pretty. Is a testament. Now I'm guessing they had a very big, wide, flat warehouse. That's kind of what that points to me, anyways. Now, gentlemen, here's
All right.
the next hardest part: the flavoring. Pick up your rabbit hole.
Mm.
Mm.
So light, but
Definitely a mint on the tongue.
Mhm,
Sweet mint.
Slight sweet mint, yeah.
that rye really comes through on the middle. It kind of peaks, and then as it dissipates, I get what I can only describe as a scotchy type finish, like a scotch type tingly.
Mm.
But flavor wise, like the rye really shines through.
It's like
but-
it's almost like a buttery corn afterwards after it goes down.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
yeah, you wouldn't mistake this for anything but rye, but it's so.
God,
so
it is.
smooth.
It is gorgeous, though. It is.
This is
it's a top 10
47.5 ABV and 95 proof.
Marvelous. So
This is lovely.
now,
Lovely.
gentlemen, get in a
Palate
quick
cleanse.
palate cleanse,
Yes.
and then take up Michter's Rye.
Oh god, I just want to.
That nose is amazing.
Yeah, I just want to take a bath in it.
There we go.
Mm. Very warm. Like I don't know how to put it. Like if not like spicy, but like if warm was a flavor. I don't know how else to put it. Like this
Oh,
would be a
God.
good holidays Christmas drink.
Cocoa butter finish. Oh my god, I love that fucking finish.
It's almost like some kind of pepper.
It's I think we kind of nailed
Almost.
it one time. What the hell was
It's like
it?
a black pepper. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like a black pepper, but
Or crushed red pepper, maybe. Like
I would say something from like a pepper mill that you would have.
I like to always point to things like allspice and things like
Mm.
that, but
Oh my
not
God.
quite though.
it's something I would put on a steak.
Yeah,
It's like
which you would not think would complement the sweet chocolatey like cocoa butter finish or front to it, but it actually pairs nicely. Like the flavor profile does not contradict itself; it just meshes together really nicely. I love it. Oh, God, I love that stuff.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to another palate cleanse
Yes, I
Yeah, I got
definitely.
because I want to make sure I get this one right. Now, gentlemen, back to Rabbit Hole for a moment.
Yeah, comparatively, like, yeah, it's such a clean, like a good air fresh, clean smell. Really, really pleasant smell. It's a little more oily on the palate.
Yeah, it's got legs, a lot of legs on the glass too.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm getting kind of
it just drips down the glass.
I'm getting kind of a grassy sensation, I would say.
Yeah, this, after like comparing them and going back and forth, now I'm getting a little bit more of like that lemongrass you would get from like Bullet.
Lemongrass, exactly.
That's what it is, and that's what the cleanliness is. Like you would get like a lemongrass cleaner. That's what it is. Okay.
Now I'm gonna go back to Michter's.
I just can't get over the nose. I hope the next bottle smells that good. Like this is specifically like we know it's rye and we're comparing it with another rye, so it's unmistakable right now. But if you gave this to somebody blind and just told them that it's whiskey,
they weren't wise to the world of rye, then
right, they might. I don't know that they would actually pinpoint this as rye. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just they do a good job of blending extra flavors with that atypical rye sensation. So it's not just that rye flavor profile coming through. You actually get some extra notes with it. That's what I'm talking about.
No,
like that
there's this weird. The only thing that comes through on the Michters for me is there's this weird bland, like aftertaste tingling on the tongue. I can't.
Yeah,
put my
you
finger
can't
on it.
really
Everything
place
else
what
great.
it is. Like I said,
Yeah.
it tastes warm. I don't know what, like, if you could like I've said
In
that before
comparison,
sometimes. Like I remember with one of the scotches, I one time said, if gold was a flavor, and like this is one where it's like if warm was a flavor. I don't know how else to put it. I'm
surprisingly the Michter's is 84.8 proof versus the Rabbit Hole's 95 proof.
I'm gonna let you guys go first, but I've made my decision.
It's like I get the sensation of like when you open up. I don't know. I work in grocery, so when you have like a flavor seal bag that have those little packets in there, when you first open it up, you get that weird scent of like no oxygen. It's just all CO2.
Okay.
Like it's this weird when you open up a package that's airtight and oxygen's out of there. It's like that's what it reminds me of. Like when I open up a bag of prepackaged meat that's airtight and those little packets, like you get that kind of weird. It's not a bad smell or flavor. It's just it's different. You don't. It's very rare. It's a very rare like flavor or smell that you run into. That's what I get on that Michter's.
So, Chicken, I'm gonna give you the first vote since you're all the way across the Great Missouri. What rye are you going to vote to move on to the next round?
I'm sticking with Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole. I can't get past whatever that weird flavor is. It's almost like that bag thing I'm talking about, but it's everything else is great about it. The nose is phenomenal. You're absolutely right, Tony. The nose like destroys everything else. It's a fantastic nose, but the Rabbit Hole's good all the way through, front to back. Afterwards, I just can't get over that weird flavor I get in like whatever that is. The taste of warm, as Phil may call it. I'm not a huge fan of.
He's having a Jameson 18 moment, T. Like it happened to me. I thought I was gonna love Jameson 18. Could not stand it. The nose reminded me of the worst wine I'd ever had, and I couldn't get past it. So, well, T, which way are you going?
For me, again, the Rabbit Hole. It's so clean. It's so crisp. Like this one tastes lighter than the Michter's, and the Michter's is actually lower ABV. Which, again, I think that's I love that. I love how this one's so smooth, so crisp, so clean. Whereas the Michter's, it does give you that rye flavor, but it's layered with other things. And I love that cocoa butter smell. And I think the smell shines through on the palate. So I am going to stick with Michter's.
Okay, now I'm going to give you all some full disclosure here. I was coming into this today expecting that I was going to give this to Rabbit Hole because I love Rabbit Hole. It's amazing stuff. And that was what I came in expecting to do today because, hey, like I even said, the distillery reached out to me. Good people, good stuff, and it ain't bad. It's made it this far. But literally by the hair of its chinny chin chin, to use another rabbit pun, I gotta give it barely to Michter's. I just barely. Like, I really thought Rabbit Hole was going to take it away, but the richness of the nose and the things that you're not really enjoying, chicken, I'm just finding as richness in the flavors.
Yeah.
And so to me,
a good thing. It's subjective. It's okay.
Yes, it is. But that's why I bring in multiple judges here. Now, Rabbit Hole, don't take anything away because this is one I suspect that at the end of this tournament, we're going to do an addendum where each of us put the champion up against our own heartbreak eliminations. I suspect this will be Chicken's heartbreak.
I do want to mention, like, specifically with this bottle of Michter's, the same one that Chicken has. Like, again, this is very deep into the bottle. It's very low. When we first cracked this, like the very top of the bottle, we were getting a ton of orchard fruit. Just a very, very, an apple sensation on the palate. So this bottle, it has changed from the top, middle to the bottom. Like
I'll give you that. When it opens, it kind of drinks like a young whiskey, and the deeper it gets, the more it drinks like an older whiskey. It's a very fascinating thing.
That's why this one just perplexes me every time, because every time I've busted into this bottle, which you can tell I've enjoyed, it has been different. I think that speaks volumes to the complexity.
Well, gentlemen, we must say that
foremost before we go.
Oh no, I was going to let you blend, but while you blend,
it had to happen.
I was just going to mention, folks, that it is Michter's Rye, which was the impetus bottle to start the 32 Rye tournament, honestly, because if it wasn't for this bottle, we probably would have just let the 10 Rye flight stand.
True.
But then this came into our lives, and we're like, okay, we got to do this again. So Michter's single barrel Kentucky straight rye whiskey moves on to the final four of the 32 Rye tournament. Now, Tony, Chicken, I must know how this blend is because I'm just going to be sipping on Michter's.
I don't know if I want to ruin my rabbit hole with whatever.
I know it's.
All right, we're doing it.
It's pretty damn nice. Not gonna lie. The nose, it's a very clean, but that same K.O.E. like scent does almost. It doesn't overtake it, but it's still there.
This is for science, folks.
It's I think the lemongrass starts.
We make for science.
Yeah, lemongrass is there. I can pick that up.
So at this point, folks, in this amazing tournament, all three of us have had a heartbreak elimination. For me, it was Brickway Rye. For Tony, it was most likely Wild Turkey Rare Breed. And if you guys are going to endorse it that heavy.
Me.
A+.
Oh my God. A+.
This is
good. Okay.
Good. Holy shit. What'd you expect with the two of the best ryes in the tournament?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
That's like chocolate and cakeness. Like, I don't
know.
Yeah,
I was just saying, it's got a very cakey feel.
It's got the cake feel with a little bit of thin mint.
Yeah.
Like the Girl Scout thin mint.
Like, literally, that cuts out the one thing I didn't like about the Rabbit Hole, which was it was a little overly minted. That was just the one thing I didn't like about it, and it really cuts it there, which is perfect. So
you can blend rye. You just have to actually have good rye. I don't recommend taking 8 shitty ryes and a few like decent ryes and putting them all in a glass like I unfortunately tried one time.
Well, folks, we now have decided 3 of the final 4, and we now move on, folks, in the 32 Rye tournament. There's one more matchup to decide who will make it to the final 4. Bullet versus Pendleton 1910, folks. It's going down, and then we will have the final 4 ready for you. And once we get there, I got a special surprise for all of you beautiful denizens of the K.O.E. Nation. But, gentlemen, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here at the K.O.E. Nation for this matchup in the 32 Rye Tournament, folks. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the lord of the Scottish Highlands, and one damn handsome man, if I do say so myself. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, K.O.E. Nation on Twitch, K.O.E. Nation on TikTok, folks. I am signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partners. Tony, Chicken, take it away.
Good.
Stay tuned, folks. This thing is almost over. Cheers. Love you.
We're at the end. It's just the best of the best. The Final Four is going to be incredible. It's going to be tremendous. You do not want to miss it. Like, share, subscribe. Do not miss it, folks.
Tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.